I was done with not having a good jawline trainer, so therefore I bought all the good jawline trainers from Amazon that there are. And now, after 1 day of testing them, here are the results. So I bought a pack of basically 4 of these. They come in different strength grades. So you have a blue one, a purple one, and so on. The main problem with these is they only get to your front teeth, and your front teeth are actually not really made for chewing much, because there are also your molars in the back of your mouth. Speaking of molars, this is where something like this comes in. You put it into your mouth, and then you can actually train your jaw with your molars. With this thing specifically, and this is how it looks in the package, the main thing I realized is that the range of motion is just very low, because you're basically doing only this motion. So the range of motion is probably not enough to get a good enough stimulus. Of course, if you have it as a new thing in your life, then this might be a good stimulus. An idea I had to get a better range of motion is to get 2 of these, ideally the same, but since these were, the 4 of these were 11 euros or 12 euros, and one of these, basically if I would only opted for one of these from another company, would also have cost me 10 euros. I just bought the pack with the 4 different ones, with the 4 different strengths. So now what you potentially can do if you have a big mouth, which I don't really have, that you can use these in the back of your mouth to actually train your jaw. Let's actually try this. Like this. I mean, it works, it just doesn't work as good, and you also look a little bit stupid, and you are stretching the skin on your face a little bit too much. So now I do have a favorite of all of these, and this was actually only 7 euros, I think, and these are the ones I actually used from yesterday till today already. This is how they look, and they are just very small rubber blocks, and you actually have a bigger range of motion, which I realized after putting them in. I cannot find the second one though, so I will only show it with one. But only after I discussed everything, because afterwards it will be covered in saliva. So I had different ones before, similar to these, and these actually had holes that went through the whole thing. And these didn't last for very long. These only lasted for like a few weeks, and then they broke. And so I ordered the other ones again, and then they broke again. So therefore I decided these were probably not a product that is worth pursuing, because it is not worth it for the long term. Also, the other ones had a very low strength requirement, so therefore you couldn't really train your jaw actually. Your jaw probably was better trained with chewing gum. But with these I'm quite surprised. Why? Because if you think about it, do you want to have something like this here actually, let's say you have it in your backpack and then it actually drops onto the floor, and then it looks very weird. If you have something like this, people probably will understand that this is much more like a chewing gum replacement. You could also additionally add something like, oh, it actually tastes like mint, and this is the reason I chew it. Or I chew it because I do only consume Huel, for example, or another meal replacement, which then, in addition to which then results in me not having to chew for my food anymore, and therefore having to replace the chewing activities somehow in order to still keep my facial muscles. So now let's put them in. And what you can actually do is, first of all, you can put them in your mouth very easily. The second one is that you can actually vary the position compared to these where you cannot really vary the position. So we can do this. You can basically move your jaw forwards, backwards, sideways, and this is the most flexible approach. These were the ones that were the least expensive, and if they hold up over time, I would say they are definitely the winner out of all of this. I now still have 2 of these because I actually ordered 2 of these. I have to say I had 2 of these before, and they also broke. So after quite some time, because you bite with the molars onto this, there is actually a thing appearing on here, a crack appearing on here, and then you can not really use them anymore, because every time you bite, it just goes apart. So therefore, these are not very good and endurant over time. So therefore, this is also, I mean, this was the best product before I found the other ones here. But these also don't last for long. So it's basically more like a subscription than a purchase, because you actually have to buy one of these at least every 3 months, I guess. So that's like 10 euros every 3 months, which gives you around 3 to 4 euros every single month, just as a chewing subscription. In addition, for the flexible part, so basically think of it as this like the strength training, and chewing gum actually more like the calisthenics or the endurance part, because you are actually not really training that hard, but you are training all the time. Of course, it would be nice if chewing gum also was that hard, but I still haven't found one that was reasonably priced. There is one on Amazon that is called Jaw Exerciser Gum or something like this, but it's like 40 euros for a package of a few things. And I found this one. This is a Turkish gum called Falim, and I use this. So basically in every single package are 5 gums, and I use 2 packages in order to form a big ball that actually I then can chew. So this is basically my chewing regimen at this point in time. And well, I did realize after not having access to a jaw exerciser anymore, and also before I had this one actually, that my facial muscles actually declined again, and this is not something I wanted to witness. And I also tried to counter it then with this Falim gum, because I just didn't have a jaw exerciser that wasn't either broken or not existent in my stuff anymore. So therefore I tried to keep my size of the jaw muscles up with Falim gum, but it didn't really work. Only it worked if I chewed up to 20 to 30 minutes a given day. But of course, that's not really how hypertrophy or strength training works. With strength training, you actually want to aim between 8 to probably 12, in this range somewhere, of repetitions, and then like 3 sets or something like this. And then the muscles should be done, at least for the given set, not for the given set, but for the given workout on a given day.